Yes. We are live. No more backbenching, yeah?
Yep.
So guys, I'm back. I said I'm back. Did you see have you watched my video I did yesterday at OT? Yesterday I was live.
Actually, I'm just seeing it now,
Okay.
and I have to go. I will go through it. I have to.
Okay, by then I'll also have to see your Christmas video. So
Yeah,
anyway,
it's just a short one.
with wasting our time, let's wait 1 or 2, 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can see. Oh, I can see the video.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we see, okay. I always forget to monetize. I'm not used. Hmm, Let me try and see it. So, guys, when you come, say hi. So we have this wonderful lady here. Atudi, can you see me?
Okay. Yes, I'm seeing you. Very
You are
fine,
seeing me.
beautiful lady.
Excuse more. Hmm?
Naturally.
Let me just, I don't know why I forget to monetize always, 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 always. It's always necessary
After
to
doing your
monetize.
videos.
It's always good to monetize before you start your video. But
Ah.
yes, it's always good so that when people are entering, they can see
Okay.
they can see the how do you call them? The Werbung? What are they called in English?
The
Werbung
adverts.
adverts. Hey, yeah, now
Mm.
I'm back. Numandula, how are you, my dear? How are you doing? Kali Evant, hello, please, thanks for everything. Thank you so much, Kali Evanti, Emma B, Mambo, Oki TV. Thank you. I think that's my new subscriber, if I'm not wrong. Oki TV is new. Judy
Yeah.
Judy McCurry, was gets up. Nothing. Thank you so much for being there, Judy McCurry. So, guys, I'm back. And I told you yesterday I'm back. I was live, I think, for some 50 minutes ago, 56 minutes. And today I have a visitor because I told you I'm here to tell you some of the opportunities that you can use to come to this Europe. This Europe, it's so big and we have a lot of space for you guys. And it doesn't matter which way you can use, whichever way you like, you can come to Europe. So it's up to you to listen to our videos and choose the way you can. And because of that, without wasting my time, guys, give the video thumbs up. Don't forget. Let me welcome our visitor, a friend, a fellow YouTuber. She will explain herself. She will tell you what she does, and also how you can find her. And also, yeah, welcome, my dear. Introduce yourself first.
Thank you so much, first of all, for the great opportunity. I'm humbled. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's a big pleasure to be in your live video today. My name is Lillian Atoti Talks. Actually, this is how they all know me with in all social media platform. I have Lily Atoti. So, yeah, like I said, my name is Lillian, also well known in Nuremberg, here where I'm living in Bayern. I've been here for 12 years. Actually, SallieKlaus is the one who helped me to count my years when Mzee inaingia. So it's 12 years down in Germany. And yeah, so far, I thank God so much.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, you're also a YouTuber. You can also say that.
Yes, I'm a YouTuber. I do talk and I also do humanitarian work. I'm so much involved with the children orphanage. I love helping the less privileged, especially the orphans. And
Wow.
yeah, I have one at home that I'm dealing with, and it's all good all this way.
That's good because that is one of my passion, I always want to. I think that will be my legacy. I want to have an orphanage or a home in Kenya where I
Okay.
will provide kids orphanage or those kids who are not well being, and then they will go to primary school, high school. I sit up them to university. That is one of my biggest dream.
Wow. Yeah.
God that it will come to happen. So
It
yeah, you
is.
never know when, but before I'm 40 or before I'm 50, that will be one of my legacy I want to leave behind me. So
Wow.
anyway, without wasting our time,
Mhm.
you are 12 years in Germany. Nimadula, hi Sally and Atoti. Good to see you guys. I'm doing fine, working hard. A2 language now, aiming for B1. Wow, Nimadula,
Wow.
very serious. Go, girl. Go, get it. Get B1. Guten Tag, Atoti Talks and Sally. These are one of my premier gangs. They are so faithful. I love you guys. Thank you for being around. And now,
Wow.
without wasting my time, let us know. So you came 12 years in Germany. I think you came
Yes.
before me. And
Mhm.
how did you how did you even have the imagination of coming to Germany? Let's start
By
from
the
there.
way, coming to Europe has never been my dream, first of all, because let me just say I was born in a normal family background. I come from a normal family background, of which
Mm-hmm.
after my father's death, I never even thought that we can even. I never saw myself even being one of the privileged kids that can even. Hata kupanda ndege, it was never in my mind. It never occurred in my mind. And to make the matters worse, I was a ghetto girl. So you can imagine a ghetto guy will never have this type of mentality, hata kidogo. You, your
Mm-hmm.
own, I mean, you just live for today and tomorrow. You don't even care about tomorrow too much. Once you wake up, where you just think of what you eat that day and how you sleep that day, and it's done. As in,
Mm-hmm.
I offered myself so much this ghetto life. It's not like I
Mm-hmm.
was forced to leave it or situation was too much for me, but I just
Mm-hmm.
forced myself to be in this type of life because I was surrounded in a ghetto area and
Mm-hmm.
tulikuwa katikati. So that's how life was. And I finished my secondary school in 1998.
Okay.
I went to study in Ukambani and Kikuyuni, so at least I know some one or two words from those two sides.
Okay.
And after that, after finishing my school, I was a bad girl. I have to say that one. I know my
Oh,
kids are hearing it, no problem. But I was so stubborn,
oh, okay.
so stubborn. So my mom
Mm-hmm.
had a plan from before. She wanted me to come as an au pair in
Okay.
in the year 2000.
Okay.
I was
Wow.
supposed to be in German long time ago, but kichwa ngumu ilifanya ujinga tu. Niseme tu
I know.
ujinga ni
I,
nyingi Nairobi. It's a first class degree.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I lost that chance due to peer
Mm-hmm.
pressure, influence, ujinga
Yeah.
too more. I lost the
Mm-hmm.
chance. I didn't. I was not able to come. If you guys go back to if Mungai video, I did it. I also narrated that story. They
Yeah.
called me for the visa. Everything was ready. I was supposed to travel like in the next week. But
Wow.
that day of going as in kwenda kuchukua visa, the day I was supposed to go and receive my visa, nilitoroka.
Mm-hmm. So you literally even did German language in Kenya. Oh no, yes, you had
Yes,
already done
yes.
for the au pair. Ah,
For
okay.
the au pair. Mhm. I did the German language for the au pair. Nilikuwa najua Guten Tag, Guten Morgen, VVS2, nini vitu kaa hizo. I already knew them around 2000. It was around April, May. I done my German language year one. I passed the German language. Everything was going. I was also happy knowing that I'm coming out of this situation. But still, kuna kale tu, kuna kuga tu let me just say, it's just a small devil waga home. Especially that our generation, kulikuwa na ka devil kengine, he will just be dragging people behind. It's like telling you, inakukalia, you just sit where you are. You don't belong to any other place. This is where you belong. This is your home.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Mm. So
Mm-hmm.
after that, I told my mom that previous evening, Mother, by the way, this thing has come too early. I imagine. Me imagine sasa if I go now, alafu ako kandege kadunde, nitasema, nitafanya, mtani miss. Alafu, sasa hata hakuna mtu unaweza replace, ati mseme, atoti yako hapa, ama nini. Imagine the excuse I was giving my mom. She was so disappointed. But she thought that, I'm just saying because of maybe kuko overexcited. Definitely just week ifika, I wake up, we go together, I'll meet her in town, we go. So the plan was to meet her in town. But that previous night, huyo atuti akachomoka. Nowhere
Wow.
to be seen. Alafu those days we didn't have phones. So my mom,
You are
from
very.
what I had, from
Mm-hmm.
what I had from my siblings, she was. I mean, I did her bad. I'm very sorry. By the way, Maze,
Yeah,
pole.
that was not mature.
Mhm.
As of right now, that is almost, I think, almost 20 years now. You ungekuwa umeomoka mbaya. Let's say
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Talk and told
But
them.
someone,
I mean, you go by there, I could have been so far.
but
I
it's
could have been so
okay. Maybe it was not your time. You know what? Sometimes
yeah.
there's time for God also. Don't forget
Mhm.
about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe that was not time. Now it came another. That was now 2010. 2010. So how come you came now to 09? What happened?
So after that chance slipped off like that, I came back home, kila kitu ikakuwa poa. I got another chance again. But this
Maybe you
chance
can
first, I
use
went to Dubai.
maybe you can use only English because we have a lot of people from Zimbabwe, Zambia. I have a
Aha, okay. Oh, sorry, guys.
yeah.
Okay, so I went back home, everything was okay, and I revived myself. I tried to change a little bit. I got a
Mhm.
chance to go to Dubai. Then, when I was in Dubai, this is how I got a chance now to come to Germany, to Europe.
Okay.
Actually, it's my sister that
Mhm.
was working with the in one company,
Mhm.
whereby not my sister herself, but the husband, whereby
Mhm.
the one of the colleagues was he was alone, he was lonely, he was a divorcee.
Mhm.
So they invited him one day to their place, and
Mhm.
they saw my ex, let me say like that. He saw the way my sis is going about. We Kenyans, let me just say we Africans, we know how to serve. In the serving part, God bless us. We know how
Yeah.
to serve our men. We know how to deal with them. We know how to do everything so perfectly. And especially if you grew up in Africa, you know how to serve the visitors when they come to your place, how to maintain cleanliness and all that. So when he saw these things from my sister's side, he was so, let me say, the thing caught him. And he told my in-law that, oh, why don't I just try maybe a friend from your wife or maybe a sister or something like that. Then my sister said, oh, I have a sister. She's so much ready. And that time life in Dubai was so hard too. So when my sister told me there's somebody somewhere, blah, 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 I said, why not? I even I told my sister, even if it's 1,000 years, no problem. I'm
So,
ready.
so your sister is the one who connected you to this husband to
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
come to Germany. And you
Yeah.
yourself, you are in Dubai by then. What are you doing in Dubai? If I
I
may ask.
was working in Dubai. I
Mhm.
used to work in Dubai before. I went to Dubai in 2006.
Ah,
I
okay.
stayed there for like 2 or 3 years, then I came back to Kenya before I came back to Germany. I just stayed in Kenya like 1 month and I came back. I
Okay.
came to Germany, sorry. Yeah.
So this guy you happen to know him, and he's the one now who brought you to Germany. Let's say.
Yes, exactly.
So of course you didn't get married in
No,
Kenya.
no, we didn't get married in Kenya. No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so when I got the invitation letter
Mm-hmm.
to come to Germany,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I always say that some things happen to us with their reason and purposes. Maybe that in the year 2000 was not my time to come to Germany. God still had
Yeah.
purpose and plans for me, and maybe
Yeah.
you never know what could have happened at that time. So this time around, when I went to the embassy, but there I was so early. You
Mm-hmm.
could have, I mean, somebody who knew me and saw me going at that time could have said, no, this is not the Atoti that I know. Or maybe she's going to win some lottery. They called her for some money or something like that. Because I was, I think, 4 hours before the time. I stood at that gate in Nairobi, where in Westlands. I
Mm-hmm.
stood till my time had to come. They called
Mm-hmm.
me in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here I had my passport back with the visa stamped inside, and the way they pasted it on. I was so overexcited. And my mom was so proud of me. She was so happy, and that's how I got my 1 month visa to come to Germany.
Before we got there, he invited you to go and visit him.
Yeah, it was a visit visa.
So this is just like the way you get somebody online through online dating, and he gets to invite
Yes.
you to come there. So
Mhm.
do you remember, or can you remember the document you used, or
Yes,
you
I can
need
never forget. I
invited?
remember. Mhm.
What did you use?
Okay, when I was invited, when I was supposed to go to the embassy, sorry, when I was supposed to go to the embassy, they asked me for, first of all, they wanted to know where I'm working, the letter of employment, and to
Okay.
show how much I'm getting on that letter. Then I
Mm-hmm.
had to also prove how much I have in my account.
Mm-hmm.
And they
Oh,
also wanted, yeah, they also wanted to know if my employer should write a letter to show that he has given me permission to go as for.
the one who is calling
Sorry.
on my phone. Somebody is calling in your phone.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, 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 no. I think yeah, from inside, but it's okay. Is it affecting it?
Yeah, it's all the time.
Oh God, sorry.
Mhm.
Ah, sorry,
Okay.
sorry. That.
Yeah, somebody is calling. I think it's vibrating so much.
Okay,
So,
let me try to remove the vibration
okay,
then.
before we go back, let's see who is there. Nima was there. Johnson was also there. Rita Baby, how are you, girl? Lucy Mumbi, my namesake. Hi. Johnston, wow, 2000 ilikuwa already najua about au pia. Imagine, yeah.
Mhm.
Osinde Dominic, Kenya, this Dominic from Uganda, send you my greeting, big up. Thank you so much, Osinde. And guys, please give the video thumbs up and let's hear the story that Atoti Talks have for us. So anyway, you said the bank account, the where you are employed, the kind of job you are doing, they needed that. What else did you need for you to be
So
able
then,
to?
so my employer had to write a letter to show that he has given me the permission to go there, and
Okay,
for how long is the holiday, as in the holiday that the term of holiday I have, if it's 2 weeks
okay.
or 3 weeks, and when am I
Mm-hmm.
supposed to report back at work?
Okay. Okay. Back in Dubai. No.
No, no, no.
In
Now that one was happening in Kenya. When I was in Dubai, I didn't know that all this thing is going to happen. So I quit my job.
okay, now I get
Yeah,
you.
this is
Okay.
the big mistake that I did. I just quit my job.
Okay.
Yeah, little did I know.
So that is a good question I wanted for you to explain because there are those people who are dating online. There are those people who have families back in Africa, in Germany, and they're back in Africa. So you know now, if you somebody want to invite you, don't leave your job. Hmm?
Yeah.
Make sure that you have a good connection with your boss because your boss can write you a letter of that to say that you're coming back, yeah, and
Yeah.
just make sure that the necessary the things that Atoti said that you, yeah, because people have people who can invite them, yeah.
hmm
So, and that's also one of the easiest way to come to Germany or at least to step to Europe, to be invited. You don't have to even to stay, you can even go back, but at least you have a means because once you go back, they see, this is a good girl, she came back, they can
Yeah.
give you everything next time.
hmm
Okay, so now you land in Germany, my dear.
Yeah. So that's how I got my visa. The first time I took a long flight.
Okay.
Oh, it was not easy because it was a long, long flight. Oh my God. And I landed in Germany during winter. It was January 4th. I can never forget the date. So, and I had a small jacket. It was just a small jacket that I was wearing. It
Mm-hmm.
was so cold. It was over cold.
Mm-hmm.
And now here you are, when you're new in Germany and you have some stamps from other countries, especially Asia countries, they always have to think twice before they can just allow you to come in. So I was
Yeah.
held on for some little time, a little while. They asked me some questions. Where am I going? How do I know this person? Am I sure that the person is coming to pick me? How much do I have in my pocket? And this is another thing I would like to advise anyone that is traveling for the first time, especially coming to Europe. Make sure you have at least, let me say, if it's too small, $400 or $350, because you can meet some nice people, they won't care. But
Yeah.
if you're unfortunate, then you meet somebody that needs you to prove that you're going to be safe wherever you're going. So it's
Yeah.
either the person comes in with the 400 and gives you to show that it's like pocket money, or you have to
Mm-hmm.
come with it from Africa or where you're coming from. So
Mm-hmm.
I had the money with me. The Muzungu was very nice, by the way. He sent me the money because at this part of a thing about pocket money, I was told already. So the
He was in
Muzungu was nice. Sorry.
he was in love with you, he was
Yeah.
could
But
have
then if
said
you get someone that loves you so much, he's ready, he don't care.
yeah,
But these white people, they are very nice. They go beyond. Let me just
yeah.
say like that. They go beyond. Once they decide to do what they are saying they are going to do, they will definitely do it to the last drop.
Mm-hmm.
I came out, I met the man, I saw him, okay. So there's this home feeling. I mean, it was mixed feelings, by the way. You
How,
have
how how do you meet somebody from another continent to a continent and then you come, he's gonna be my boyfriend, my husband? It's like the blind date, blind
hmm
date where you cannot see him and run away. You have to stay with him. Mm?
yeah,
But
yeah.
I hope for you it was a great meeting him.
it was a mixed feelings. I can't say it was great and I can't say it was bad, but there's that, I mean, ladies, you understand, there's this one mixed feelings, and you just came from home, you're meeting for me, it was a stranger. I have to adjust in a lot of things.
Hmm. I know.
So, oh my God. Okay, he picked me. It was from Munich. I'm like 1.5 hours from Munich driving. Yeah. So we
Wow.
drove back to it's near Nuremberg, but he lives in the village in Nuremberg.
Mm-hmm.
We reached home.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine, for the first time you're in a strange land? Me, I was expecting like they will welcome me with like chips, chicken, soda, this big soda, and all those type of stuff. I
No.
reached, I saw one big like cutoff. Let me just use that point, that because that time I didn't know what it is. One big potato, just
Mm-hmm.
a small meat there, some red cabbages, and some watery sauce. I was like, oh my God.
Oh, what are they called? I know what you.
Close,
Mm-hmm.
Schweinebraten und close. That's how
Yeah.
they call it. By that time, I didn't know the name. So, and I looked at the food. My stomach is still like, oh my God, I want to go back home. I have to go back home. What is this? Why did I even have to come here? Something is talking to me so harshly, and it was so hard. It
Mm-hmm.
was so hard. I had to just breathe in, breathe out. I talked to my sis, I talked to my mom back at home, I talked to one or two people back at home, and they keep on encouraging me. So the more I stayed, it was not easy, but I came to just have to get used to the system, get used to everything, the food, the life, and all those, the difference. I mean, it was a big difference for me, and it was just a black and one, a hotel of Morgan, just of Einmal like that.
And
And
did you get along with the new lover? Because that's a new hobby now, or the new.
I'm saying it was hard. Actually, it was very. This is the hardest part in my life that I can never forget. We face hard times, yeah, but this is
So
one
for
of the
those
most
who are
hardest.
searching wazungus online, that is the feeling you get. Yeah, so you better be ready.
By the
Mhm.
way, I want to advise girls outside there: if you know you are searching for a muzungu,
Have fun.
drop that other feeling, that ka feeling, that ka gashugwa kako, that ka benten that you have. Just forget about him completely. Because if you come with that mind of the benten in you, and you're coming to meet a Muzungu, believe me, you can take the next flight back home. You can go to the offices and ask for deportation. If you don't have the right people to advise you,
Oh
and it's
God,
not
I'm
a joke,
getting
seriously.
you. Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
not a joke because you just can, maybe you can find out that day Benten and it took you to the airport. Maybe it was part of, maybe you guys spend the whole day that day. And then you find yourself again, you come in, you have to start a new life. For heaven's sake, you cannot. Me, I'm somebody that I don't know how to play two games.
Do you
This I
mind
was,
telling us how old he was? Because he's now your ex. Do you mind?
okay. That time I was 27 and he was 43 years.
Ah, okay.
No, no, yeah, I was 27, he was 43 years exactly. Yeah.
That was not old.
Okay,
43,
according to me,
27.
according to
No,
my own
I really thought
tastes.
he was a 70 years old guy.
No, 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 no,
No,
no,
I think
no.
43 is okay. Not that, no, it's not a problem because that's around
But
20,
then it doesn't matter how old the person is. I
17
came
years.
to realize that it doesn't matter. What
Yeah.
matters is how you guys understand each other, how much you can just create that bond, create the friendship, the love, and
Yeah.
create just make a good atmosphere between the two of you. The age doesn't matter. If
Yeah.
you get, by the way, if you get somebody that wants to invite you, that wants to spend the rest of your life with you,
Mm.
don't look back. Just look at where you're going. Just focus. I had this thing affected me so much. It reached a point that after 2 weeks, I decided I was even calling the police. I told him he has to call the police because he said, I'm not going to go back. He loves me and he wants me to stay here. I said, no, you have to call the police. I want to go back home.
Wow.
You see where the games always start now. This is where the problem starts. Because if you have I mean, you're trying to kill two birds at the same time is very hard. One bird
But
will
wait
bring you
here,
down.
you came from Kenya, you're in Germany, and you want to go home. Kwani, what's happening to you? Like
And the thing
seriously.
was serious. If you
Mhm.
one day, and my sister is not somebody who like to she doesn't like to come out publicly, but she can tell you the way she went down on her knees, cried, calling my dad name. Please don't go back. What is this? She prayed, she cried, she did everything. But I reached to a point I said, no, I don't care. I want to go back home. Just because you're trying to kill two birds at the same time is the worst thing in life. And I know many girls that
Maybe
are there.
you had like an ex that you left back in Kenya.
Yes, this is what I'm trying to say.
That is a problem now because I'm like, when you're in Germany, everybody's fighting paying 100,000 to come to Germany. You're in
Yeah,
Germany, you want to go to back to Kenya. How?
and
Me
my mom
myself,
cried because
I
on
did
the
where
telephone, she cried.
yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
She cried. The thing is, I mean, and I had like two of my friends too. They went through the same thing. It's the worst. If you want to come, just drop everything back.
Ah,
It's like giving your
I
life
get
to Christ.
the point.
Just throw the bad things away and take the new things and start a new life.
You know,
Because if
some
you
of
don't,
young girls, some of your
yeah,
girls will come in there. Let me go back to Germany. If I stay there, I'll come and bring my husband. I'll come and bring them. You have to decide one thing, like the authority is
yeah,
saying. It's Germany or wife, get back married in Africa and stay there. But you cannot serve two masters because then he has to wait for 7 years until you get citizenship so that you can, not unless you're married, maybe. But then when you're married, you cannot move on here when you're here. So
yeah.
it's thing or the other.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So
So you came back.
after that, I didn't go back. I
Oh,
didn't go back.
you never came back to Kenya.
No, 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 no. When the thing was too much, sorry, when the thing was too much,
Mm-hmm.
when the thing was too much, I decided, I just called the person that was making me to go crazy. So I told him, I'm coming back, by the way. I can't take it anymore. It's too much for me. I can't live without you and all that. And he told me, hey, are you stupid? Are you crazy? I won't take you back. Stay there and look for your future. It's over. When I heard these words,
That was good.
I went to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
It's like God told me, go and shower that stupidity out of you.
Mm-hmm.
And I really did. I showered the stupidity out of me. And I stayed, and I know many people will say, oh,
You
yeah, this
can't
one is
enjoy it.
mad.
God, yeah.
It was really my madness. It was pure
So
madness.
today in Germany, I don't know, but you can correct me. If you're invited for 1 month, you have to go back to Kenya today. Is it the same?
Actually,
Mm-hmm.
no.
Not
If
a
you have,
must.
no, 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 it's not a must. Because if you have
Okay.
somebody who is quick enough, or you have that's why I always say, if you want to come to like Germany now, you
Mm-hmm.
try to get into the groups and get some information, so that by
Mm-hmm.
the time you're coming, you already know what to do. You already have your plans out.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like for me now, I had my Cs who already knew how it's going to be. We already had our plans, and my ex was also okay with the plans. It didn't
Okay.
disturb me. So when I
Okay.
reached here after the 2 weeks of drama,
Mm-hmm.
I now the third week he
Mm-hmm.
called that after that drama week. The next week he called the first he called the offices here
Mm-hmm.
to ask for a high rights Kanyanungas. They told
Mm-hmm.
him, no, I have to go back. They cannot do it here. We cannot do. So it was like it's just a shock they always give you, but it's always possible. Then they called Denmark.
Okay. Ah, okay.
Yeah. So when
Yeah.
we call Denmark, by the way, guys, Denmark have always a solution if you want to stay here after coming. Instead
I
of you going,
myself got married in Denmark.
yeah, instead of
Parents.
going back home or maybe trying
Yeah.
to stay black or something, it's better you
Yeah.
just call. They always have a solution. If the person is ready to do it with you, it will not
Yeah.
cost you guys too much. And if you
And
get the guy also have money, utapata, you can still get a way out.
like, what do we say? We say when you get back in Germany, or if you are an au pair and you want to get married, maybe you're not, maybe you get pregnant, you don't want to go to a FSCot. Instead
Mhm.
of going back to Kenya, you and your guy, you go and get married in Denmark. And in
Mhm.
Denmark, you can never, we having that certificate, you can never be sent back to Kenya. But the Germany, they have to, it will take maybe like 5 to 6 months because they have
Yeah.
to take their thing in Kenya, and also they want to know if they are the real documents. but
Mm-hmm.
you are married in Europe, you cannot be sent back to Africa. That, but Denmark
Exactly.
is one of the best. Although I hear in Germany, it's also nowadays it's easier. If you have a lawyer, it's easier in Germany. Some of I know a friend who never went to Denmark, it was even easier in Germany. But that's
Uh-huh.
story of another day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so you said so you didn't have to go, but I don't know. But we can ask somebody who came here to visit, like the last 2 years. I think today you have to go back to home. I don't know, maybe, but I think the last two, the last 2 years, it is really hard to be invited in Germany and stay here. Hmm?
Uh-huh.
So I don't know. For the moment, I don't know, but I'm sure if somebody who is there, who is out there and know about it, can also just write here and tell us. Pauline Mungai, I'm laughing and the same learning a lot. Thank you so much, at that Kabenten mindset. Like Atoti. Ndio kuingia, what do we have today? Pauline, we are discussing the story of Atoti, how she was invited 1 month and 12 years now she never went back. It was only 1 month. Imagine. So, Vivi, thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you so much. You are Beatrice Macharia. Hi, beautiful girls. Hello, host and our guest. I'm happy you're back. Girl, I'm back. Strong like never before. Thank you for waiting me. So, Atoti, you get married now. So you have made the decision to get married. Now you're married. And you
Yeah,
started.
now after that we went to Denmark, another long journey because we used a car. And yeah,
Oh,
we went to Denmark, we got married, and mhm, here we are.
now your wife.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
So after the marriage, we came back. We have to
mhm.
submit the papers because my visa was expiring in like 1 week's no, it was, I think it was even 4 days time.
Oh,
So yeah. And another thing, if you have such a condition, maybe such a situation, because they will always insist, no, she has to go back, she has to go back, she has to go back.
yeah.
Your fiancé, or maybe if you're married already now, your husband have to be very strong. Either you guys take a lawyer or you have to be strong in their with their matter, with their people. Because
If it's
sometimes I think
Vaishai, kama ni Vaishai mnarudi home.
ehe, kama ni
So,
mayai utajipata kwa ndege, and to come it will be another
another
process.
drama. They won't.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's
So,
always good to have big mouths.
so can you give us the first 1 year in Germany? How was it for you?
Yeah, so after, like you said about the papers, I submitted our marriage certificate, and it took time before they gave me the normal document because they were giving me Fiction Bescheinigung.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they gave me the document for like 6 months. Then they later gave me 3 years document.
Mm-hmm.
That because that process of that waiting for that when they were doing the Fiction Bescheinigung and all that, I was doing my B1s. And
Ah,
I
what?
put so much
Okay.
efforts. Yeah. So by the
Mm-hmm.
time the 6 months is expiring, I already have my B1 certificate, and they now decided to give me 3 years visa.
Ah, okay.
Then yeah, so I was living in a village.
Just like Sally.
I don't know if it's just like Sally because I'm coming. So in this village, I'm the only black person there. Can you imagine?
I
I
think
was.
I'm also the like black person, or maybe we are to the other one. They are Hindus. They're
Uh-huh.
they come from that Hindu. They have the long black hair, but they are black.
Uh-huh, okay.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Only two
So,
families.
yeah, and being the only black child, there's a day that my ex was doing his birthday party,
Mm-hmm.
and there's one child that came there. I think he was not so much exposed with black community or maybe black life. So
Mm-hmm.
when he saw me, he told me that he asked the mother, uh, why doesn't she take her bath and try to take a good shower so that she can be clean, scrub herself so that she can maybe be clean and white like us. I think she's just
Oh,
that.
oh, that
Yeah,
was.
and
Mm.
it's really pinched me. But
Mm.
at the same time, you look at a child, you say, Maya, it's because the mother never exposed him.
They are not exposed. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So it was not easy. And then I was living with my step kids.
Ah, okay.
it was another hellfire. I think this is another story for another day.
I think that's a story of another day because, oh
Another,
my
yeah,
God.
yeah, to be a black is not easy, but if you just need the grace of God and the strength,
And the
and at least
language.
also, yeah, exactly, and love them and try to show them different side of black people. This is how they will now come, because after some period of time, I had more than 20 friends in the area. People like to come to me, they will take me out, they will take me to their parties. We have some hiking and all that. We used to go to a lot of places, and I was the only black, and I started to feel comfortable.
Okay, that's good
I
if
started
you
to
are
feel
able to
comfortable.
integrate with other people. That's the
Yeah,
best thing you can do, because if you don't integrate with the people, then you are done.
yeah,
Once,
you can.
because in the village, in the
Mhm,
kindergarten, in school,
mhm,
everybody is German. So maybe
yeah,
some Russia or some Ukraine, but for the black people, we
mhm,
are the only ones. So you have to get along
yeah.
with people. You have to understand them. You have to, yeah. So I think for you, so how was the language? How did you communicate with the people in the village because they don't know English?
Yeah, it was very hard, by the way, but I had one or two people that took some pieces in English and they tried to fix it together as much as I could also fix some German words at that particular time. But the funniest part is with
Mhm,
my ex-man. He
mhm.
didn't know English at all, at all, at all.
Oh, and you're married to him.
So
Hallelujah.
at that time, I didn't even think of Google Translator. I mean, the thing was not even too common like that. But maybe
Yeah.
some people used to have it, but I didn't have that. I was not so much enlightened on that. And we only used to use gesture. So you can imagine in everything, if I want to take something, if I want to do something, he
Hata
can
kwa
call me.
bedroom.
But you know that part is always actions. There's no much talk. But now, if you want, maybe he should go to some places that you'd like him to go or to do. You don't have others. It's either you use the hand or you use the head to do it.
What? I what? Oh my God. I think
Mhm,
that that's so funny because my hubby knew English. So
mhm,
from that word go, my hubby will speak good English.
mhm.
So for those you guys who marry guys that they don't English, also it's funny. I think, wow, I can't imagine in the house, oh, and to communicate when he doesn't want this, when you want this, guy, it's really hard. So that's why we say if you are willing to come to Germany, can you do some background Germany back in Africa or back
Mhm.
wherever you are? It doesn't matter
Yeah.
wherever you are. But if you knew German, you know sign language. What is saying? Sign language made the communication. Yeah. So I'm imagining you are telling me, shots. I want, like, sweetheart, come and hug me, come and cushion, come and so cup.
Yeah, that's what we used to do.
Funny, but
Or
but
if
this thing.
maybe like you want to a kiss or something, you just be making. You have to know from there. This is what
How
you want.
how long did that marriage stay? How many years were you married?
We stayed for 4.5 years.
Wow, wow,
Yeah,
wow, wow. You tried
4.5 years. Yeah.
because it's not
Yeah, so
easy.
imagine after when I reached there, I never even talked about the dog part. He used to have a dog. He used to have two dogs, a
Two dogs.
Chihuahua, yeah, Chihuahua, and the big one. It was called
Okay.
Luna,
Mm-hmm.
and he was so
Oh,
much in
Luna.
love
My
with
neighbor
the
has a dog
dogs.
called Luna, and we like it.
Okay. He was so much in love with the dogs that the dogs will sleep where, I mean,
I know they sleep in the
yeah,
bed.
yes, exactly. And
Mhm.
for me, I mean, by the time I was coming from Kenya, Uko Kwanza, where I used to live, it was only dogs are only in the streets. Why should you
Mhm.
live with the dog in the house? So they will eat there. Sometimes the dog will be sick. It will puke or maybe release from behind. But that
Kaka.
one, I had to talk the English and the Deutsch that I know. That day when the thing happened, I said, no, I told you dogs are supposed to be outside. You left it here, so you have to clean it. And imagine now, my German is not so good and my English is good, and he doesn't understand English. I mean, the German you bring out, I will not understand. So we had to just fix it up like a fight, and we understood each other. So he decided he did put them practically outside, but on the veranda, he did a small house for them. and they
In
started to live
Germany,
there.
dogs they never caca in the house. Maybe he was sick. The dog
He
was
was
sick.
sick, yeah, he was sick.
So they don't do in the house.
No,
They
they
are
don't do
very
that.
good with the dogs.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
Grace is asking, how are you guys? Mary Jo, we are good. Thank you so much. Grace favored, hello everyone. Lazarus, blessings, hello Sally and everyone on board. Thank you guys for being there. Sign language, manenos, yeah. Imagine Grace, the madam was not limited to anything. Even the language she overcame. Atoti overcame everything. Guys, thank you for being there. We are 17. Guys, please like the videos. Thank you so much
Mhm.
for the like. Mhm. So yeah, the problem with these guys, with these Germans, let me say that they love their dogs. As of for
So
you to
much.
come and find them with a dog, imagine you are number 3, you are number
Yeah.
2, because the dog they are like they are everything. So if you can't get, can you explain to maybe because you're the one, but that's what I believe.
Yeah, by the way, they love their dogs so much. You can never separate them, no matter how much they feel they love you, but they can never love you more than they love their dogs.
Yeah,
It was so, I mean, it was so, they were so close that you find out sometimes if maybe we have a quarrel, you just take the dog and start to talk with the dog, maybe go with it outside for gassy or something like that. They trust the dogs more than they trust you.
yeah.
And at some point, I came to even get used to it because there's a day we even we had to bath the dog. Oh my God! If you see, so even when the dog comes, when my ex comes back home, the dog will be jumping and be hugging, kissing. Oh, at first, I saw it like, oh, what is this? I was getting mad every day, but
They kiss on the mouth. They eat.
yeah,
They share everything with the dogs.
everything. They don't
Yeah.
care. They can even be licking them. They go, oh, it's good, it's good, it's good. For
Mhm.
me, I mean, I was like, the world is coming to an end. This is offensive even before God's eyes. But I came to realize they are only pets. They're
Mm,
like babies. They need this love. They need this affection. They
yeah.
need somebody also close to them to be leaning on them, to be just showing them love. And when they find this person, they will try to show you the love back like human beings. But the
Yeah.
part that we Africans that come new here, we don't understand is that because we see them like animals. But
Yeah.
for the Germans, they see them almost like human beings like themselves because they've been taken to hospitals, taken good care of, all the beddings and all those type of things.
And the fact that because we are Kenyans, the dogs, nowadays I feel people they have dogs in the house in Kenya, in Nairobi, everywhere. But
Yeah,
in our time, the dogs belonged outside. The fact
yeah,
you're in Germany, the fact you are here, and you can't love those dogs. You have to
mm-mm.
reject them. And
Yeah,
this rejection can make you and your husband not even have a good relationship, because the
yeah.
more you are rejecting, the more your love is. But if
Mhm.
you came and you fall in love in the dogs, do you know the man will also fall in love you the same? Like,
Times 10.
yeah, because the moment you are not accepting, it's like I'm married and you don't accept my kids. Hmm?
Yeah,
So there's
yeah.
no way that love will work out. So those people, they want you to love the dog, they want to worship they want you to worship their dog the way they love them. And imagine they can even divorce you because of the dog.
Mhm.
People they divorce here because of the dog. If I'm lying to you can say, but
It's
I know
true. I
here
mean, I
those,
mean that one was part of my divorce too,
yeah.
because my son could not get along with it. So,
Mm.
and I had to choose. At some point too, you have to choose.
Sorry to ask you this. If it's private, you don't have to ask. So you came with a baby from Kenya, or you got with him a baby?
No, no, no. He came. He came later on, like 1 year
He
later.
joined you.
He joined me. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. As a dog, especially with those kids who are always sick and everything, or sometimes they don't even get along, then you can quit, because for me, I'll always choose my kid, and that's the same
Yeah.
thing. The guy has to choose the kid.
The dog. Mhm.
So, but and I always say, Atoti, if you're not happy in a marriage, you are
Mhm.
not planted there. Hmm? This is a
Mm-mm.
free country. Maybe you are the one to talk at that point because you have experienced it. As me, I never point anybody who has divorced, because I'd rather be alone. I'd rather
Yeah.
be somewhere I feel loved than be
Mhm.
in somewhere where people are seeing me and I'm married and I'm not happy and I'm just
Mhm.
existing there. Hmm? So divorce in Germany is okay.
Yeah.
It's so much okay. And start, or in case you stay there with a bad somebody who is not disrespecting you, mistreating
Mhm.
you, you know Can you talk about that? Because you have experienced it.
Wow. Okay.
Don't go deep on your
The
story.
reasons.
Just generally,
Yeah.
not about the story, generally about the divorce. Mm-hmm.
So the divorce always have different reasons as to why there's infidelity, misunderstandings, children. Maybe the guy has his own from the ex-wife, and you have your own from your ex-husband, and all that. And once misunderstandings comes in, and you feel like there's always this feeling like you're having a burden in your heart. You're
Yeah.
not happy.
Mm-hmm.
You're always, I mean, like it's like an attack. I always, there's anxiety, headaches. You just feel you're sad. You just feel you're crying, and you're saying that you're inside marriage. You're in love. You're trying to you're trying to persevere. You're trying to come along. Maybe he will change and all those stuff. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. Once you find yourself not happy for up to 6 months, you find yourself in the same position. You're crying every day, anxiety, stress, headaches. You always feel alone. You always feel this heaviness in your heart. Try to talk to yourself more than 10 times. And if it's too much for you, walk out. Because all these things leads to depression, suicide attempts, and madness. So why should you afford to lose your life, lose your kids, just because of a man? To leave him, just remember this man or this woman, once you leave them, or once you die or anything happens to you, they will definitely move on.
Yeah, that's the same. That's the
Nobody
thing.
was meant nobody was meant to be stagnant in one place.
Yeah.
So long as they still have this carnal feeling as a human being, they want to move on. They'll meet somebody, they'll stay with the person. Maybe they'll move on and on and on and on, different people. So what I always say, love yourself first. Count your happiness. Count that your happiness. Sometimes we even tend to show more love to the kids and forget about ourselves.
Mm.
Forgetting that if anything happens to you, these kids have lose it too.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So once you love yourself, if you feel comfortable, if your heart is at peace with that person that you love, because anybody that loves you will always love to see you happy.
Yeah, that's the
Only
thing.
a hater, yeah, only a hater would love to see you in stress, with the
Yeah.
heavy heart, crying every time, always
Mm-hmm.
in a bad mood.
Mm-hmm.
If you love yourself so much. I mean, love is very important. Your happiness matters more than
Yeah.
anything in this life.
Yeah.
You can have millions and billions and billions, but you're not happy. It doesn't count. It only counts your sickness and your grave time. You're shortening your lifespan. I mean, so
Mm.
what led to my divorce is because the kids were in both of us. I have my son. He had his two girls,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I persevered too much because they were not so much good. I mean, they didn't like the presence of us, especially being blacks, because they were like ashamed of us. They were trying to pull themselves out. Maybe if we want to go for a party, or we want to go for a gathering. They were not so comfortable us being with them. They preferred we stayed at home and they go alone. And it reached a point that when they come to visit us, when a house is full, there's
Yeah.
always this one did this one, oh, don't touch this, don't make this. The thing became too prone. I mean, we are Africans. Once, not even Africans, even some Germans, they're very strict.
Mm-hmm.
You're a girl, you're above 9 years, 7 years, 8, 9 years. You're supposed to know how to outframe and clean the house, make your room clean, leave things tidy in the kitchen.
Yeah.
All these things we learn at an early age in Africa. And if you're also, if you know it, even Germans, they
Mm-hmm.
know some girls need to, some Germans, they really know it. They know girls have to be tidy enough. They have to learn it at home.
Even my son knows. If he done his homework, he clean his things and his
Yeah.
room. He knows. I don't have to do everything. I have to
Yeah.
show
So,
him.
mhm. So at this point, they didn't like to do it. Sometimes you find even pads in the toilet. You have a boy child. They drop this, they drop that. I'm sorry to say this, but it was too much.
That is true.
And I came to look at, sometimes it's always good to look ahead. Just count your future. Don't count only where you are just because you want something.
Yeah.
This boy was growing. He started to see things at a very early stage. And I
Yeah.
asked myself,
Is it?
I will leave him just because I want to achieve or I want to gain something from here, and I'm affecting his future. It might affect him at the end of the day. maybe in 5 years to come or 10 years to come. Then I told myself, no, I can't live for my own sake and I have somebody too. I might be happy. I condole everything. I might swallow. I will just understand everything. But him, what of him? He has a life to live. And
so you chose him. You chose
yeah,
yourself.
yeah. And always we have to build our children foundation. We are the people who are supposed to build it. So whatever you build, what you plant on him is what he will sprout out when it grows.
Naturally. Of course,
Yeah.
they're seeing what you're doing and they are seeing us.
So
And
the behavior from those girls, I can't blame them. I always don't blame kids, but it was something that I couldn't just balance it with my son. And this was not my duty to bring them to the right position because they have their parents too
they
to do
have their
that.
own mother. Yeah. And
Yeah,
their dad one you're living with. I know.
exactly. So if they're orphans, at least you can try to do one or two. But there was some, I mean, I just decided, let me not balance anything. Let me not come in too much. I've talked to my ex. I tried to sit him down to talk to him. He's the father. He can talk to the mother. He can talk to the kids. But it was so hard for him too because he didn't want to ever hurt his kids. So that one was not a topic for him to talk with the kids. I said, okay, fine, well and good. Then I leave you guys at peace. I go with my peace. Then everybody to stay on their own and at peace. And that's how I left.
Wow. Macharia, Atoti is killing me. Nani Johnston anasema Atoti is killing me the sign language of a kiss. Okay, I have to rewind this. rewind. Here in Dubai, these white people from Western countries love dogs so much. See, they have even house girls. Yeah, that's true. Discussion is very healthy. Silvano double N. Yeah, thank you so much. This girl is so, I think I'll bring even her back on that subject. I already ticked this up. Hi, Diana. Finally, you find me on live. Hello, Sally. We appreciate your work and I love you so much. Oh, I know this girl watch my video almost every day. Almost every day, I have to see her comments. Thank you so much. I appreciate so much, girl. God bless you. Guten Abend, Sally and Atoti. We get glad to watch live. Kate Shiro. Thank you so much, Kate. I agree with our guest. Yes, Mercy, Myra, Teresa, think for yourself. Wow, Teresa, think for yourself. Hello, girl. I told you that subject, it touched me so much, and I think I will prepare we will talk behind the curtains because I follow you. I always watch you. So by then you have a lot of subjects in your YouTube channel. You talk about the relationship so much. I love about that, yeah. But now I don't have any. I think I'll be coming now because I know I've not been around. But you have a lot of topics about the marriage. The last question, because I know we are leaving. Was the divorce a difficult situation for you? Was it so hard? Maybe you can explain 1 minute. Was it a difficult? Because I feel here, divorce, you have to have money if you're the one who is divorcing, and it's good to hear from the person that have already done it. Because I feel if I have to divorce my hubby, I have to pay for everything. How can you tell us about that? Maybe as the last point.
Okay, if you're in Germany, I would advise you to first of all have a divorce. Is not good actually. It affects, by the way, it affects a big deal, long way.
Divorce.
But yeah, I mean, you've been living with a person. All of a sudden, you're not supposed to see him. You guys don't want even to talk, not even hello. You know, Germans, if they say no, is no. They don't even look back. So, and if you're in Germany, it's very nice to have this Rechtsschutz-Versicherung. If you know that,
okay, I'm not planning to divorce, but let me write that word again because I know nothing.
No, this Rechtsschutz-Versicherung, it can happen even maybe you have some problem with somebody else, then you don't need to.
I know it. Yeah, it's for everything, not only for.
Yeah, it's for everything.
For divorce. Yeah. I did something else.
So I didn't know about it. I didn't know about it, and he knew about it. He had it already on his own, and he had a lot of properties too. But he got them before I came, so that means it belongs to him. The only thing he had to pay was the Unterhalt, my upkeep till the divorce will take place.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was very difficult for me because that day, when after writing the letter to him, because I asked him we should, for a talk, he said instead of talking every time I have something to talk about, we should forget anything. If I have anything to talk about, I should be swallowing it or talking it loud on my own. It's Reich and Lanza, blah, blah, blah. So this
Oh,
was also getting tired of the
yeah.
relationship, I believe.
Mm.
So after writing the letter to him, I left it on the table in the kitchen. He came, he read it, and what he did, he just packed all my loads and packed them on our road from, let me say, from like 2 meters, only my loads and my kids' loads. So after that,
No, what do
I
you mean
tried
loads? Luggages.
my luggages, yeah.
He packed himself,
Yes. With the help of another neighbor, a woman.
and you are there.
I wasn't there. He waited when I went out. Was allowed to go out for a stroll with my kids in the evening, take him to Spielplatz. So we spent like 1 hour outside before we come back for him to take a shower and go to bed.
Wow,
So by
wow.
the time we were coming back, everything was outside, and he had rights because this is his house. He had his own house, and he don't want to see me there. He already
Mm.
took a letter from the lawyer because the lawyer was not also too far from us, and the lawyer asked me according to their section, law section, blah, blah, blah. You are not supposed to be seen in this house from such a such meter. You have to go away from the house. So you can
Wow.
imagine that with my son there, I was so much confused. Life was like, oh my God. So I didn't know what to do. And the woman, I don't know what I can tell her, but she's a woman. She really shocked me
Effort your
because,
life. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm.
I didn't expect that thing from a lady, no matter what the color is, no matter where the race, no matter what is a woman. The women, we are supposed to always have that
To stand
woman
with
feeling.
other women. Yeah.
Yeah. So something funny, somebody that I never used to talk to. I mean, the neighbor was her face was always strong, and she was never friendly. She's the one who called me. She told me don't I should not worry. She works with the armed, with the government, and cases like this they know them. She called that's a women house for me. I went
Mm-hmm.
there, and they later came, they packed the loads with me, they helped me she did, I mean, she did a lot for me, and okay, for the divorce part, since I didn't know about it, I was supposed to pay, but by the time I was coming out, I could not continue working. And my boss gave me just, she says, like, unbezahlt Urlaub, but now I'm staying alone with my kid. So the money was also not enough for me, the one I'm getting from my boss. And they had to do some Antrag, that's what they call it. I don't know how they call Antrag, applications for some money to be added on my everyday upkeep before the man now will start to pay the Unterhalt.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how I got the money, and then I got a Bescheid from job center that if you're in Germany now, if you have the job center Bescheid, you can now go to, the wie heißt es, Gericht, where you're living. Then if you have somebody from social amt, they can help you do that. You go to the Gericht where you're living, then they'll give you a shine. So
I
this
think
shine,
let us stop there, my dear. This is a lot of information. Do you know this information? I think I should put
okay,
it in
in a
another
different
video.
content, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because people and there's something you did when you are getting divorced. You did inform yourself even you didn't even ask. You just decided and you did it. Because if I
No, no,
think
no, no, no. Once you're alone, once in that Frau, especially in Frauenhaus, there are, I mean, there are a lot of social women that have all the ideas, what you're going to do, what you're not supposed to do, what you're not supposed to do, what you're supposed to do. They are always there. Germany is a very nice place, especially for women. You always get help. Utapata, you will get help 100%.
because I know there are a lot of friends or people I know. That's why I really wanted to ask you this question because they are passing hell with their husbands.
Mm-hmm.
They came here through their husbands, and most of the people they come from through from they I know two or three of them they came from Kenya with their husbands,
Mm-hmm.
older. They are 30 different, and they're right now they're passing hell. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's why I would wanted to know some of the things, because now I know some things I have known I
Yeah.
can even let them know.
Yeah.
But I think that's story of another day of about
Mm-hmm.
divorce. We have to talk about it. So, guys, please give the video thumbs up. It was an amazing, amazing, amazing video.
Mm-hmm.
We have learned a lot of things. I myself even didn't know. I have learned
Mhm.
from Atoti. She is so informed. This woman. We definitely have to follow her and subscribe to her channel because she does all those things. I have a lot of things about relationship, about marriage, about all those things she has on her channel. Kindly go and support her. I will leave her link. I will leave it in the comment section. I will pin it. Now my kids are coming. I knew that the time. Oh my. So uh, thank you so much, Atuti, for being here. I hope my people they'll come and subscribe to you to just to support you and also to stay there to and also support you. And for those guys who have not subscribed to us or to my channel, kindly you can also subscribe because sometimes we forget about also saying about ourselves. And the last question is about hello Sally, and guess how did you find a one Goethe exam? Oh, that's another story, my dear. But how did you find your Goethe? I can't, Kaylee, I can't understand your story. But if you go to Goethe, you will go and do your exams there, and then they can give you the certificate of A1. I hope I didn't get it, but I also have done those videos about it. Leave her channel. Yes, I will leave her channel there. This is very useful. People should know in Germany you can't share any property if you don't contribute. Yes, they should know that, Grace. Very informative. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys, for being there. And kindly go and search Atuti Talks. I will leave her comment, as I said, her subscription. And thank you so much, dear, for being there and for the information. And know that I'm bringing you here soon enough. I have like 2 or 3 people me here.
Thank
Mhm.
you. My pleasure, by the way. My pleasure. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much. For
I'm
even
humbled.
disturbing me, I know I was to come with you like 4 weeks ago, but
Yeah.
that you never gave up. I'm so humble, and also that you also chose me also to be in our channel. So
Thank you
thank you
so
so
much.
much,
I'm also
guys.
looking forward to see you in my channel anyway.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, this
Okay,
is
dear.
this is what we do. We support you. Come, if you want me to come, I come. If you don't want me to
Yeah.
come, I bring you still. Yeah. So thank you so much, guys. Don't mind
Okay.
my background. It is the way it is what it is. I'm still at
Mhm.
somewhere else, not at home. But we shall see each other. So God bless you, Atoti,
Thank you
and I
so much, dear.
come and subscribe to your channel.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
God bless you, girl.
Okay, you
Bye.
too. Bye bye.